welcome to another episode of Just Ask Cher Live. So guess what I just did? This is live television just waiting to happen, or live, it's just social TV, right? But I was broadcasting in yet another place instead of where I needed to be. So here I am tonight, and I was so proud of myself because, let's see, okay, still not bad. I was on time, like when my sons would be so proud because they're always like, Mom, you're always late. And you know what I'm doing, right? You guys know. Yeah, I know you know. It's all about the time, speaking of time. So yeah, I was totally on time, going. And I just had this spidey sense that I was going into the wrong place. And of course I was. Because you should see all the little technical things that are in the background that make this stuff happen. But tonight's show is so worth the wait. So excited to talk to you about all the brand new features that LinkedIn has dropped. And of course, there's a brand new mode called Creator Mode. You've been probably hearing about it because last week, Wednesday, is when they start to make those big announcements. And they'd already started releasing some features. Because remember last week, I was so excited about the fact that you can see in my profile. So if you go to my profile right now, if you're watching live, you can actually see a version of this broadcast going on in the cover photo. That background photo, it all of a sudden lights up and becomes live. But I'm going to explain what goes what, with what, and where, because not all the features they released are exclusive to Creator Mode. I did some digging, figured some stuff out. So I'm going to let you know. And as well, just going to make sure this time I'm broadcasting in the right spot at the right time. I tell you, this is live TV when you're a one-woman show. And that, yes, I'm live. Yay. This, I'm telling you, when I see this and look at y'all, Janayad and Bonnie and Paul and Liam. Hey, guys, this is so, I know we've been talking about this all week in Clubhouse, Liam, but you know what? We're going to talk about it some more. And how do I make my screen look so awesome? You design it yourself. That's how, easier said than done. Yes, I know, but that's exactly how I got what I got, the way I wanted to get it, because I literally designed it. Okay, guys, I'm gonna look away from you guys for a second because I want to make sure that my chat window is also up. So those of you watching over on YouTube or on Facebook, I got you. I can see you. I can see you guys talking to me because that's important. Okay, so Barry, I'm glad you're looking forward to this. This one's gonna be good. Okay, I know I'm making big promises of big things, but let me tell you, this is so good, okay? Because there's so many things happening and there's a lot of confusion around who gets what and where. And I'm gonna be breaking it down. That's why I called it Creator Mode and more. So in the meantime, love to know, are you team live or team replay? No matter what time you're watching this, whether it's night, morning, wherever, if it's on the replay, if it's live, I love you all just the same. And I'm glad that you're showing up for me. So I appreciate you. So while you let me know in the chat where you're from, when you're watching, also give me some love because this is what the algorithm wants to see. They want to see that you like it. You physically press the button to like it, to applaud it. That's what I'm talking about, Liam. Just give me that thunderclap. I'll take it. Support, some love. You're going to get some light bulbs today, that I promise. Or maybe you're just curious about all these new feature talk. What it means to you. Are you a creator? Are you not a creator? Do you need it? Do you not? I'm going to break it down. Plus, like I've been promising to anybody who wanted to listen to me, I'm going to show you some real live examples of how it's working. Look at this, all this team. And look at you guys. I love you. I love you all. Mwah. I'm so dramatic, I know. But, all right, Team Live, Lola. Oh, save this for watching ASAP. Lola, I'm so glad to see you. David, great expression from the Cher. Oh, David, you stay tuned because I'm using your profile as well as one of my examples. So I got it all queued up, ready to go, right? And let's see, Rachel, hey, I'm meeting so many of my friends from Clubhouse and they're all coming over. It's so great. Jihan, hello. Yes, I am ready to educate y'all tonight. Renee, Team Live, you're one of my Team Live OGs. Michelle, Team Live. Lisa, Team Live. Tammy, Team Live. ATL in the house. Momita, nice to see you. Team Live. Bertina, of course, she's one of my OGs. Bertina, you know I got love for you. And another one of my OGs, Yolanda, Team Live. Sebastian from Zurich. Yo, now you know you're hardcore. If you're up at 2 o'clock in the morning to hang with your friend, Sebastian, OG status immediately. Okay. Karan, nice to see you. Sashil, haven't seen you Team Live in a while, so thank you so much for joining me. I know you are a regular though. Lovely to see you. Andy, Team Live and replay all day, every day. That's right. Oh my gosh, I'm having too much fun. Nicole, Team Live, nice to see you. I know sometimes you're on Facebook. Now you're on LinkedIn tonight, so thank you. Woo! Belinda, Team Replay later, but life. I hear you. You are a busy mama and a busy entrepreneur, so I appreciate you even checking in. And Gary, Team Live, and Brian. Okay. Whew. Okay, I gotta stop talking. No, I don't have to stop talking. But I want to know, guys, are you excited about the new features? Yes or no? Have you heard about them? Because there's some myths I need to dispel, because I was doing some research and a lot of people are attributing certain features to creator mode when they're just new features being rolled out. And so I wanted to make sure you knew what was what, whether you needed creator mode or not, and whether I needed a drink, which I do. All right. So I'm going to break them down and show you examples tonight, because I think it's important that we see what we should expect. So let's dive right into it, right? This is all about creator mode and more. All the brand new features that LinkedIn has just dropped as of last week. They're rolling it out from their blogs. They plan an aggressive rollout over the next month or so. Most people should be seeing these brand new features, but here's the thing. There are some people who are still waiting for stories. There are some people like Andy still waiting for live, still waiting for newsletter access, still waiting for creator mode. So there's a lot of still waitings. I know that they are rolling it out, and I know that it's been a little glitchy. In fact, I had creator mode, and then I was so excited. I thought, oh my gosh, I'm so special. And then it disappeared. So a lot of people have experienced this as well, where it's like they turned it on, or they see it on their profiles, and then they go to switch it on, which I'll explain to you in a second. And then when they go through all the things you have to do, which is not a lot, what happens is all of a sudden it says your profile, it's not available for your profile. You're like, what? And then it completely went away, but then it came back the next day. So hang tight, it's coming, I promise. But in the meantime, you'll know exactly whether you want it or not, or what you can do with it. Plus all the other features that are being rolled out probably at the same time as it becomes available to your profile. So let's take a look right now. All right, so creator mode and more, all the features that LinkedIn is about. I'm going to move my timer, not because I'm trying to erase time, but you guys know I always steal my time. I reclaim my time somewhere else, but they're just so, I used up this entire space. So here's the first thing that you need to know. LinkedIn wants to make sure you are found. So as a creator, what's the distinction is your plans are to be seen beyond your network, the people that you are connected to. So basically, they're acknowledging the fact that in creator mode, your content is not just to serve up your immediate connections, the people that you are close to. It's to reach well above and beyond to people that you will never meet in your life. So there are people who just want to serve their immediate audience, and those who want to grow beyond. So in creator mode, it will allow you to basically be found. So that's what they're saying in their documentation, is that they basically are extending your reach when you go into creator mode. But I think it would serve you to show you where it is on your profile. So just want to show you where it is, but I want to make sure I'm not doing anything that's distracting. Okay. All right. So this is the dashboard. So where you'll be able to see it once you have access to it, let me show you this. right here on my profile, you'll see, okay, so underneath where it says your dashboard, private to you, then here's this area right here where it says creator mode on. This is where you are going to click on that. We'll say off when you get it. You click on it. I'm not trying to click on it, guys, and I'll tell you why. Let me tell you why right now. Because it is glitchy. And once I got it and it's working, I'm not trying to mess with it. But this is what you're going to do. I will explain at the end who I think it's for and why it's worth it. But let me show you what's going on. So basically, you switch it on. It'll just be a little toggle, ask you a few questions. The first thing it's going to ask you are the five hashtags that you want to be associated with. So this is going to help, and they're basically topics that you're going to be talking about and creating about. So it wants to know because it's going to help you be found when people are searching for those topics. My guess, and I know Andy and David, we have a club on Clubhouse called the Business Rebels Club where we meet every Tuesday and every Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, just in case you're on Clubhouse. But we were talking about the hashtags today, and Andy calls it hashtag 2.0, or basically what LinkedIn is evolving into their hashtags and what they're doing. And one of the things that we think is going to happen is creator mode profiles, and this is what I think, and then we'll connect the hashtag thing to it, is creator mode profiles when your creator, because their whole objective is for you to be found beyond your network. We believe that with these hashtag associations to your profile, you'll be found in searches. We have nothing to prove that other than saying that they want you to be found. But one of the other things that we are thinking about is when you add hashtags to your post, you'll usually see the first 3 hashtags are in the URL of the post. So this is a lot of conjecture, a lot of just, maybe, but that's all we got at this point. But we do believe it will help your searchability, whether it's just in the network to members or extending beyond the network. So the thing that we're talking about specifically is you will have 5 hashtags on your profile, and those are also quite prominent. So let me show you where they are, and I'll show you somebody else's profile. Give me 1 second. All right, so let's move it over here. Let's take another look. All right, we're gonna look at Mark Waldron's profile, right? And up here, you'll see he talks about, see right here, talks about, these are where they're adding the hashtags. If you are not in creator mode, you will not have this as an option. Mindset, coaching, move online, networking, and online courses. So that's what Mark wants to be known and to talk about, right? So that's where that will be added onto your profile. All right, so let's move back over to me. The next thing that we want to recognize is that anybody who's in creator mode, here's the difference. And this is going to kind of help you when you think about your visibility versus connections, is they want to turn, or they will turn, your connect button, so people visiting your profile for the first time, into a follow button. You can still connect with the creator, but you have to then go into the more button and then pick the connect button. So it's not like it's totally lost, but they want people who just want to follow your content. They're not really in your network. They're not people you're going to do business with, but they're just about your content. This will allow you to be seen and heard in far off lands. Let's just say that. So that's another thing, which, I believe that there are certain drawbacks to going to the connect, or going from connect to follow, because you might miss out on opportunities for great connections. So what you're going to have to do, and I'll show you, let me go back to my profile so I can show you something. All right. So this is where it will show you the prominent numbers of followers. You can see that followers, 21,000, whatever, right? So I have to click on this and it will show me my current followers, but it also still shows 500 connections. And if we go into David, who hasn't received creator mode yet, don't worry, David, you will get it. It just says the 500 connections. So again, we're going to go back and forth and sort of compare. Right? So you got mine and then you've got David's, right? So there, we got it, right? Okay, so moving on moving on. So that's another thing to think about. And that's specifically to the new creator mode. You can, whether you have creator mode or not, switch yourself over to follow versus the connect button. That's up to you. That's in your privacy settings. So that just Google it. You'll find it. But the next thing, this is what's really interesting. All right. So in a regular profile, so what you probably typically have right now, it focuses on your activity. So when I log on to your profile, I will just see your activity, and it's the last 3 things you did on LinkedIn, which could be, so let's look at what the last 3 things that David did on LinkedIn, right? So let's take a look. All right. So and before, I didn't note this, but before, so when we're on David's profile, we see this, we go down, no hashtags yet. We see highlights. So this is more about connection. So how are David and I connected? Well, we have 4 mutual groups, and I also get to see what he's doing. And then I see the about section, which I'm going to talk to you about in a second. But as we head down to activity, we see the last 4 things that David did. He replied to a comment, he replied to another comment on his own stuff, and he replied to another comment, right? So that's what we see that David's doing. And when we go to Mark's profile, right, we see, and this is a difference, so this is creator mode. You can see this is Mark's content. He shared this, Mark shared this, Mark shared this, and it shows all the last 6 things that Mark shared. So this is really interesting because now it's putting a highlight on the things that you're sharing rather than your activity. And that's pretty big because now, and I prefer that personally because like I'm constantly replying to content, to comments, as you should as a creator. And like, who cares if I say, oh, wow, thanks, that was funny. No one cares, right? It is great to showcase your activity if you are not posting content, because now the burden is not on you to always have something active. At least it shows that you're active in the network. But for people who are regularly putting out content, they would rather their content be on display than their activity. So that's just another thing to think about. And as well, a lot of creators are constantly commenting on their own stuff. So like when we see David, let's take a look once again. We see David, this is all his content, but we're seeing his comments on his content. So it just gets repeated, as opposed to Mark, we see all of his different pieces of content. So again, another thing that I'm really liking, right? And then the about section. So the about section has dropped. Okay, so let's take a look at that. So the about section in Mark's page, right? It is, so he doesn't have there's the highlights, right? The featured section, the activity section, and then about, okay? And then about, oh, you guys are looking at me. Let me show you. All right. So we've got Mark's page. I'm like looking at my screen like it really matters. All right. So, all right. We see the highlights, the featured section, which is great. Activity, which is next. And then the about section next to experience. Look how far down it is. All right. So we look at David's profile where we've got, you know, the top part, highlights, about. The about section is right there, right underneath, and then featured, and then activity. Do you see how they've reordered this? So that's something that you also have to take into consideration. The about section drops. All right, so just know that as well. Okay, and okay, this is where I believe that creator mode ends and everybody will have access to this feature. And I'll tell you why. So basically, they're offering a 20-second video cover story. So what the heck is that? Basically, it's kind of like, you know, the Harry Potter effect when you see the paintings on the wall start to come to life a bit. Facebook has something like this where you can put a little short 6-second video, which becomes a GIF. So if you, as opposed to a picture, well, this is slightly different. So basically what they've added, and stay with me, what they've added is using the stories technology on the mobile, you can add a video behind your picture. And if you've added that video behind your picture, you'll have a gold ring, which I'm going to show you in a second. Don't worry, I got you guys, I got you. And you will basically have a video that pops to life if you click on it. However, this is more of a mobile first feature because you can't really watch the video if you're on the desktop, but you can see like I call it, the Harry Potter effect. So let me show you on Mark's profile. Hold on one sec. I got to get all ready for you guys. Okay, so let's switch over my transition here because I love it. All right, so here's the Harry Potter effect. Watch this. Watch this, guys. Look at that. Right? So it's about 3 seconds. I think it's 3.5 to be honest. Okay, but I wanted to give you guys a full look at what the whole experience is like from mobile. So yes, isn't that just like the perfect? So that's the perfect shot of me. I was so happy at Dropbox for stopping right there. Oh my gosh. But anyways, guys, this is what I did with my cover story that you can again only see on mobile. So I'll just play it and let you see it.
You just proved that this whole LinkedIn thing could work for you too if you have a strategy. Well, that's where I come in. If you want to figure out how you can create a presence so good that people want to either work with you, for you, or refer you, it's kind of what I do. Check out my content, check out my profile. Let's connect.
All right, so there we go. So that's what I did. And what I used, so I bet you there's a few people, I'm going to check the comments in just a second, but I used ClipScribe to add the closed captions at the bottom because I'm assuming that some people will be watching it on silent because we know that's a thing. And it was a little bit more cumbersome because I recorded from my profile, so I had to select the video. So it's pretty easy when you go in otherwise. And so what I like about it is, do you have to go into full elevator pitch mode? No, you can go like elevator pitch light, put some personality in there. They're going to read the stuff in your profile. If they're clicking and then you bring them in, they're going to read. You don't have to go all full business mode. You can, but do you gotta? I don't know. You can have fun with that. So it's all about bringing that to life in your cover photo. So what do you guys think of that so far? I'm going to dive into the comments, but I want to show you 2 more things before I jump in with you guys. But here's the other thing that they have added, which was the pronouns in your profile. I don't believe, just like the cover photo, video, I don't believe that it's strictly to creator mode. And the reason why I don't believe the cover photo is strictly to creator mode, I have seen screenshots where they have the cover photo video and it said connect, not follow, it said connect. So it had nothing to do with creator mode. So that's why, that's my guess. I think once they roll out this creator mode feature, whether you turn it on or off, I believe personally that you will have access to put that cover mode video in. So we'll see, but that's just from what I see, I believe I'm right. And I'm gonna say I'm right. I'm gonna own that. All right, so here we go. Bear with me. Let's go one more time into my transition here. And this is getting old, but anyways, so what you see right here, see the pronouns? They've added that as a separate feature, so you can add that, which I really like from an inclusivity perspective, and you don't have to add it to your name. And as well, this is the ring around my profile that lets you know that I have a video behind it, right? And then so finally, I want to show you, as you know, here's me a little bit behind time. Wow, it's very slow. So, you can also hit the join live button. So when you are live, and I believe that this has nothing to do with, let's catch up to me. All right. So this has nothing to do with creator mode, but I believe that when you are on, as long as you have access to live, because I could do this last week when I didn't have creator mode, you get that broadcast background. That's what I'm going to call it. That live broadcast in the cover, which I think is really cool. So that, just so you know, that's there for you. And finally, should you switch to creator mode? So again, it's about the 5 hashtags. It's the follow versus connect, and then the focus on your post rather than your activity. The rest of the stuff, I believe, is going to be no matter what mode you're on. Just based off of my research, based off of the screen caps, everything that I see, that's what I'm saying. That's what I know. That's what I believe. I'm right on this one. But we shall see. Could change everything. So we know that LinkedIn is definitely doubling down on creators. They want to make sure that as creators, that you're part of the lifeblood of the network. You're why people stick on the network, because they're there not only to connect, they're there to learn, they're there to bring you to meet people. And like you guys right now, you guys are networking in the comments. I know so many people have met people through my content, and it happens all the time with everybody else's content. So this is so important. And so we know that LinkedIn is hiring not just one person, an entire team of people to manage the creator community. We know that there could be opportunities for monetization down the road. We know that that's at least something that they're talking about actively. We know that other features are coming, and they want to really support the creator community. In fact, if you just Google LinkedIn creator mode, you'll get to the LinkedIn webpage where it talks about getting it. There's even a button that says get it. So maybe that button might lead you to creator mode. I don't know. We'll see when it gets turned on your profile. But I don't think it's for everyone. I don't think if you're not regularly creating content that you want to see beyond, that you want to be seen beyond your network because you're building for authority and presence well beyond the community of people you serve, it's probably not necessary, right? If you're here and you're more about connecting and reading other people's content, you don't need creator mode. In fact, that functionality of that follow to connect, I love connecting with people. I recognize the need for following, just as far as being able to grow, and you still have a limitation of 30,000 connections to some people that be like, I'll never get there. But when you start creating, you'll get there real quick. So you'll get there a lot faster. There is one other thing that comes, and this has nothing to do with creator mode, but when you are on follow, and I'm just making sure, yeah, okay, good. When you are on follow, if you're using stories, if you have over 5,000 followers / connections, you can actually put links into your stories, but that's another time for another day. But ultimately, these are some really cool features. Do I think everybody needs it? Absolutely not. Do I think it's absolutely game changing? Jury's still out on this. It's about making your content found more than anything else. It's about reaching beyond your network to impact beyond your network of people that you'll never even meet. That's what it's about. So right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump into the comments, see what you guys have to say about creator mode. I know it's been going crazy, but I just wanted to make sure that I had so much information to deliver that I got what you needed. So in the meantime, let me know what you're thinking, with some claps, with some loves, with some something. Again, the algorithm loves it, and so do I. So let me know. All right. So, woo, you guys are awesome. All right. So, let me see here. So Barry's like, sure, don't have it on the West Coast. It's coming, Barry. I promise. Got to look way down, like Belinda said, mid down on your page. You should be able to find it. Megan is excited to check it out when it comes down under. I bet you're excited. I would be too. So I love what Jennifer J is saying. She's like, I like showcasing of the content versus the activity. Me too. I absolutely, sorry, my profile is going nuts over here. I can't stand it. All right. So I like that too. I think that's awesome. And yes, prefer my content, not my contents. Again, Renee, you are also a creator, so that makes sense for you. You're putting a lot of stuff out there. The dropping of the about section reminds me of how other networks do it to, with the emphasis on a concise explanation of what you do. Interesting. I'm kind of like, I'm not sure how I'm feeling about the dropping of the about section. I feel that the about section could be incredibly powerful. It when done well, and that's probably the problem, is that a lot of people are not doing it well. So that's why, right? But I think that most people, most professionals, if they take the time to explain what they do and how they serve in the about section in detail, you now give people the language to talk about you. So that's something to think about as well. And Fabiana says, that was so dope, Cher. Very nice. Love it. Always trying to drop the knowledge. I really am. Love it. Okay. Yay for inclusive pronouns. Exactly, Stephanie. That's what I'm talking about too. You can absolutely watch the replay, Bridget. Don't worry. It's going to be here. Replay vacation. I love it, Misha. That's all good. Creator mode is all about content. Love it. I agree with you, Stephanie. If you're a content creator, if that's your plan to go beyond your network, to network beyond your network and really impact way beyond your network because your plan is to create content, then creator mode is for you. But like I said, that whole emphasis from connect to followers, that's the one thing that as a creator, you're going to have to stay on top of who's following you, because you might miss out on some very valuable connections. Because what happens is, one of the beautiful things, and Andy and I were talking about this in the BRC, Business Rebels Club on Clubhouse. We were talking about the fact that, the algorithm is about not only just people interacting with your content, it's you interacting with theirs, and it's like a nice marriage, so you get to see each other's content. If people are following you and you're not following them, might there be less? Don't know yet. Maybe this is my projection on creator mode, that there will be some sort of, just like we have navigator, we have recruiter, we have job seeker, we have business and all that kind of stuff. Maybe there'll be a creators package for sale. Of course, LinkedIn is the only network that has truly monetized its members, or at least a portion of its members outside of ads. So maybe they'll offer something to us. I would, if it offered me additional functionality as far as being able to segment my network so I can really dive into who I want to see in my newsfeed and get more stats, because we don't get a lot of stats right now, I'd pay for it. I'm just saying. But that's when you're making the investment into the stuff that you create. So I want a vacation mode for my inbox. I think there is Patricia, there is a vacation thing that you can turn on, like an auto responder. That's about it for the inbox. All right. And you really want to see the 20-second cover. Okay. So if you roll back in this, you'll be able to see that 20-second cover video. So, cause I showed it, Patricia, so you'll be able to see it. And Diana's like, so many exciting changes with LinkedIn. Gonna go play with it. Absolutely. It's fun. Lila was saying, I like telling the story in my about section. Exactly. And I like showcasing my comments, post content, quality comments, always. And I like people to get to know me by seeing them. I'm still torn. I think a lot of people are torn. Like it's definitely a give and take. It's definitely a give and take. I mean, as a creator, what people will see when they're diving into your content is you actively going into your content and responding. So one of the reasons why I like that focus on activity is they're going to see your comments anyway. Whereas when you are a creator and you're constantly commenting on your most recent post, all they get to highlight is your most recent post. This will allow people to better use their featured section. And that's also something to think about. Rather than just putting your most recent post in your featured section, you can now pick your best of the best if you've been switching that up a bit. All right. And let's see. I saw G says, that's a bummer about the about dropping, but it's a trade-off with all the other goodies. Exactly. Then so be it. Exactly. I must say, ever since I've been watching you and fixing my profile, so many companies are, Kevin, thank you very much. So many companies are reaching out to me. Thank you. Keep the knowledge coming. Thank you. And I really appreciate you saying that, because that's what I'm here for, is just to to make sure that you guys know what's up when it comes to this stuff. Yeah. So, wow. I've literally been talking about half an hour on creator mode. So do I motor through the rest? Yes, that's exactly what I'm going to do because I got more stuff for you guys. Won't be too long. So let's move that obnoxious timer back. Like I'm going to keep the time. We'll see. Maybe we pause it here just so I can feel better and not be stressed out about the time. But all right. So next up is a scroll stopper. Thankfully, I picked a really simple, easy scroll stopper. I could probably keep the timer rolling, but it'll stress me out, so I won't. All right, so let's take a look at this scroll stopper. And like I said before, these scroll stoppers are things that make me stop. It doesn't have to be epic to be effective. And this is my new saying that I've been saying for the last 2 weeks. Content does not have to be epic to be effective, okay? So keep that in mind. So today's scroll stopper is brought to you by Grant Cardone. Am I the biggest #1 fan of Grant Cardone? Probably not, but he definitely caught my attention with this. So let's take a look. All right, why am I loving this right now? So we have seen so many people repost their tweets over on Instagram or even here on LinkedIn. We see it all the time. But how many times do you see your tweet in a picture? Why am I loving this so much is because it caught my attention. It's like, oh, that was cool. Sorry, I need to take a drink there. But I really liked it. Whoops, sorry guys. Let me move that. Yeah, so I love this, okay? I think it looks so cool. So let's take a closer look at it, right? And let me move you guys over. All right, so I think it looks great, all right? You're sharing, and I'm a fan of resharing content that worked well, and this one did well. I think it got like 7,000 whatever retweets, 3.4 thousand likes, so not bad. I was never sure it'd be successful, so I worked to ensure I wouldn't be a failure. All right, great, easy tweet. Not, like I said, not your typical tweet graphic, you know, the ones with the white background and just has, it's just the screenshot. This is just taking it up a level. So easy to do, right? Simple to create in Canva. So all you need is more pictures where you're readily available, kind of displaying, doing your Vanna White, you know? And what you do is you take the second picture and then you adjust the transparency so you can see the back of it. I am loving this. And the tweet itself is just easy to like. So the copy on this is really easy to like. I mean, why wouldn't you like it, right? So we've got that going. And let's take a look. Great way to repurpose old content. I'm a big fan of that. So if you had a tweet that did really well, the date doesn't matter. You can share it. And finally, start taking your holding shots. So what I mean by that is grab pictures where you are, you know, holding something, or you're there, you're on vacation. Get those so you can reuse them. And then what it does is it brings your business or brings, you know, your professional life into your personal life at the same time. And I just thought it was a really good idea. Like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of Grant Cardone, but he nailed it, or his team nailed it. Either way, it was awesome. So I love it. So I don't know what you guys think about this. I'm going to jump into the comments right now and see what y'all have to say. And nothing. Holding shots coming soon. That's what I'm talking about, Patricia. All right. And everything is shifting down. Yeah, everybody's talking about the hashtag creator mode. Looks great. Okay. So I'm hoping you guys liked this as an option. I thought it was pretty good. So coming up next, guys, I want to remind you, if you're not following the hashtag, speaking of hashtags, just search at the end, JustAskCher, or click on JustAskCher. It's probably highlighted in this post, and make sure you're following it. This will more likely ensure that you get to see my content, and we want that, right? We want that, right? I want that. I hope you do too, right? So that was Tap That App for today, but that was scroll stoppers. Now, coming up next, Tap That App, 2 Bs. I love this. So we know about all the services, link in bio. I've talked about Shorby, which is the one I currently use, but there's a new kid on the block, and I'm loving the price. loving the price. And you guys know I'm all about the lifetime deals. So let me show you. So it's called Sleek Bio. Get your bio on Sleek, baby. I know that was corny, right? But it's on AppSumo right now for $19 lifetime deal. Let me play with my time there. $19 lifetime deal for Sleek Bio, right? So basically your link in bio can be magnetic. It can be like, look how fantastic that looks. You can even add, subscribe to your newsletter, links to wherever you're going. And it's $19 lifetime deal. So basically, when do you use this? Pretty much anywhere, right? So on, I hear Clubhouse is going to add a URL soon. Wouldn't that be cool? So you can link people to where you want them to go, as opposed to just going to Instagram or Twitter, right? Haven't seen it yet, but that apparently is the talk. And as well, your link in bio on Instagram, your link in bio in your signature. Your link in bio, you can highlight your content, you can highlight everything, and it looks super professional. I know a lot of people are making them. You can make one in Canva, but it's not the same as this dynamic link in bio. That's all I'm saying. It's up to you. $19. I believe you get stats with it too. You can connect your calendars to it as well. So there's so much to do. $19. I'm a fan. So like I said, here you go. Take one more look. appsumo.com/sleekbio. Get your bio on Sleek, and you guys are good to go. All right, so I'm gonna look in here. Anybody gonna get their Sleek bio done? Let's see. You guys are still on creator mode. I love it. What do I think about payments? Yes. So let me right now, Gary. My 80-year cue. What do I think about payments on Clubhouse? Okay, some people have figured out ways to monetize their whole Clubhouse presence. Do I think it's going to work long term? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it's great that they're trying things. They're trying a thing. But I'm just thinking of the average Clubhouse user. Is an audio learning experience enough to pay for? Considering all the course creators, all the other things where you can get a full dynamic learning experience. Probably you can monetize a room. Maybe if you're going to give exclusive info only to that room. And that has to be, it's almost like I'm thinking of back in the casting days when I would have been like dying to be in the room of a casting director and they're going to give you all the inside information and blah, blah, blah. Maybe something like that. I don't know. But is it enough to pay for, people are doing it, but will that, I don't know. But it's great that they're trying it out. It's great to see how people are going to work. I'm just thinking about the average user. I was just talking about this today with my cousin, and we're like, would you pay to go in someone's room? Would I charge people to go in my Clubhouse room? Probably not. If they want to work with me, they're going to come and work with me. And that's when you pay me, right? In Clubhouse, on shows like this, listen, I'm just giving, right? So I'm on the fence. So for those of you who are wondering, what are you talking about? Clubhouse is adding a monetization feature to other profiles or rooms. I'm not sure 100% how it's working yet. They just announced it. They've been talking about it for a while, but it's rolling in on the app. So we'll see. I look forward to seeing how people do it well, because I'm sure there will be people on the network who do it well. But we'll see. We'll see. That content better be good if you're going to make me pay for it. Better be good. Like super good. Right? So that's my thoughts on that. And I love it. Tony, there's no way I would pay to be in a Clubhouse room. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. This 22 seconds, 19 seconds is going to drive you crazy. All right. So, and I think it would get complicated too. I agree with you. Doug, yeah, definitely take a look at Sleek Bio. I think for $19, it's really good. And the whole thing with AppSumo is if you don't like it, you got 60 days to return it. They'll give you your $19 back. Yes, Nicole, definitely check out Sleek Bio. I think it's worth it. And let's see. Yeah, most people, Renee Linda, also lenders, stocks and real estate folks. Yeah, there's just nah. I wouldn't pay for a clubhouse room. I really wouldn't. There's the whole tipping concept where I could see that, people, buying you a coffee kind of thing. If they like what they heard and if you really bless them that day or if you've been blessed by them. I like that concept. Because, I'll take a coffee. You want to buy me a coffee? It's all good. I received that. But to actually charge people to be a member, I couldn't do that. I'm just there to give. Want to buy me a coffee? Hey, great. Fill up my Starbucks card? Hey, fantastic. I would love that. But that's it. That's all I'm going with that. And speaking of filling up my Starbucks card, you don't have to do that. But did you know that sharing is caring? Seriously, it really is. So if you stuck in here, you know that there's people in your network right now who want to figure out how the creator mode works. I just gave away all the goods so they know exactly how it does. So make sure you either share it with somebody who you think needs to be with creator mode on, or someone who's just been asking about it and asking you. You can share it into their DMs or share it into your network. Either way, I appreciate it. So thank you so much, guys. Coming up next on LinkedIn, Cher Jones, Just Ask Cher Live. I've been thinking about a few topics because I think now people are going to have to start thinking about that cover video versus like another video in your featured section. I still think there's opportunity for separation and deeper dive on your profile. So I don't know yet. I've been talking about for a while, like leveling up and doing a 2021 intro video, which is, I believe, still separate from your cover video. So I might talk about some just techniques on how you could do that well. I don't know yet. I'll figure it out. You guys, I try to keep this up to the minute. So whatever's going on in LinkedIn world or social media world, I bring it to you so that you guys get to watch the good stuff when it happens. So I appreciate you guys so much for watching. And I look forward to definitely seeing you guys on the next episode. So again, thank you for watching. Next week, Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Y'all are the best. And I'll see you next week. Yeah, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's where all this stuff lives. All right, talk to you next week.